What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Star Wars headquarters. Hope you're all doing well. We are back again with a lot of awesome new details about Jedi Fallen Order. And some of these details will absolutely blow your mind, including the fact that the planets Mygeeto and Umbara are shown as mission locations in the Jedi Fallen Order pre-order and deluxe edition bonuses. So this is pretty big. So if you look here, the lightsaber hilts are described as the Mygeeto campaign hilt and then the Umbaran campaign hilt. We're going to go over all those details here in just a second, as well as the crew's ship, which is called the Stinger Mantis, and how this ship will allow you to freely explore the different planets at any time in any direction. So we're going to go over all those details. It sounds amazing. And then we got the inside scoop on how the game plays like Metroid and Dark Souls, and so much more. So tons of stuff to go over in this video. So be sure to hit that like button if you are super excited for this game like I am. I cannot wait for November 15th. And you know, as we near that date, of course, here at the Star Wars HQ, we will be doing more and more coverage on this game as we get more news and details on it. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss it because there's a lot of stuff to go over. So let's go over the first thing here, which is about Mygeeto and Umbara. So if we look at the pre-order bonuses once again, and we zoom in here on the deluxe edition pre-order bonuses, you can see here that it says the Mygeeto campaign hilt and the Umbaran campaign hilt are bonuses, and I believe you can get these as well for just pre-ordering too. But that is some amazing news because, of course, it's hinting at the fact that both Mygeeto and Umbara are going to be planets in the campaign, and I am thrilled about this because I am a huge fan of both of those planets, of course, and I cannot wait to see them in Jedi Fallen Order. I played Mygeeto constantly in Star Wars Battlefront, and I cannot wait to see Respawn Entertainment's take on Mygeeto. So let me know, which one are you looking forward to the most, Mygeeto or Umbara? Post in the comments. I'm really curious to see what you have to say about that. Now, if you look at this, there's also a orange lightsaber blade color, BD1 skin, a crimson BD1 skin as well, and then a crimson mantis skin, which is for your Stinger Mantis ship. And I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. But first, we got to talk about the fact that you can change your lightsaber color and hilt in this game. Now, will we be able to go beyond just the pre-order and deluxe edition incentives? I really hope so. I hope they're not just limiting these cosmetic changes to the pre-order and deluxe edition bonuses. I'm really hoping you can do more than just that. So we'll see about that. As soon as I find out about that, I'll let you all know. But it's exciting to know that you'll be able to customize your lightsaber color and your hilt in the game. Now, let's talk about that Stinger ship, the Stinger Mantis. So this is a brand new ship. I'm going to go over all the details about the Stinger Mantis because this was provided by Game Informer. They got an inside look at Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and they have all the details about the Stinger Mantis. So they said the following. They said this small crew ends up being dangerous cargo aboard a ship called the Stinger Mantis, a new vessel type Respawn and Lucasfilm created for the game. The ship is piloted by the alien Grease with Cal, his droid buddy BD1, and his Jedi mentor Seer, who are all along for the ride. And you'll be able to transport yourself to any planet at any time to either continue the story or backtrack on previously explored locations. Now, Game Informer went on to say this. They said, each world houses a hub where the ship lands, and here the player can return to rest up, save, apply skill points, and spark conversations with characters to learn more about them, the worlds, and the overall story. Sounds freaking awesome. I mean, I am so excited to see all about this ship, and how it's going to allow you to, go from different planet, and different locations. Now, it continues and says the following. It says, the ship also offers other activities Respawn doesn't want to reveal just yet. And it says, when players choose a new destination, the flight is handled in real time. So apparently there's going to be no loading screens. Now, Game Informer also says that you will have the opportunity to engage with the different activities on the ship while you're traveling to the planet. And then on top of all of this, you can even customize your ship's interior color, which is blue and silver by default. So, beyond just the 15-minute gameplay demo we saw, there's so much more that we have learned about the game from Game Informer's article, and from the description. It just sounds, again, freaking awesome. I'm very, very excited for this and cannot wait to see more about the Stinger Mantis for sure. So, which planet would you travel to first? So since we get the opportunity, to go from planet to planet, which planet would you want to take your Stinger Mantis to first? Let me know in the comments. Now, we're also going to talk about some other really interesting details that were revealed, from the Game Informer article, including details on how the game is similar to Metroid and Dark Souls. So let's start there and talk about that. And we're going to talk about how, you'll face off against different enemies, and how the actual combat feels a lot like Dark Souls. So this is what Game Informer said about it. They said the team's vision for the lightsaber action stems from the world's thoughtful combat, which equates to the player strategizing and looking for openings where the saber can be the most lethal. For instance, when a trooper swings an electro blade at Cal, he can block it. Time this block perfectly and it turns into a parry. If you don't want the attack to land in any way, you can simply sidestep out of the way or dive roll clear of it and hopefully reposition Cal behind his attacker. So it sounds really cool. It sounds like there's a lot of thought put into the combat, and it's not just like a hack and slash game. It's more of a methodical approach where you have to really determine how to take down the enemy in front of you and then use different strategies to take down the enemy. Sounds really cool. Now, Cal can also attempt to break the enemy's defensive meter, and you have to be aware of Cal's stamina meter and force powers during combat to make sure you don't find yourself defenseless, because if you're running out of stamina, or force powers, you may find yourself in a bad situation, and you may have to actually run away and regroup and make sure you get more stamina and more force power ability. And you can look at the bottom there, and you see the white bar and the blue bar. I believe the top one is stamina, and the blue bar is your force power ability. So remember, be mindful of these different bars down there at the bottom. Now, they went on to say that Respawn didn't want to make it like a button mashing game, as I mentioned before. So the article says, yes, the Jedi are capable of impressive physical feats, and Cal probably is too, but they are also strategists on the battlefield and deal with threats as quickly and methodically as they can. If they can make an enemy stumble and expose a weakness for a one-hit kill, that's what they will do, rather than unleashing a 50-hit combo. It's all about the player trying to read each enemy, and figure out what the challenge is, what the different timings are, and react to that and have some strategy. So that was taken, again, from the Game Informer article, and some really interesting details there for sure about that. So, again, some really, really cool stuff here that we have found out about Jedi Fallen Order in terms of combat. And a lot of people were kind of like, how come he's not faster, how come he's not quicker on his feet in some circumstances, in some situations? Well, that's the reason why. And I personally cannot wait to feel the actual combat and how it feels in the game, because I think it's going to be a lot more, technical than we think, and a lot more immersive than we all realize when we actually get our hands on the controller and play it for the first time. Now, beyond this, there's another interesting thing that I learned from Game Informer. There are no waypoints in this game, so you have to explore the area, using your instincts. And they said, BD1, your buddy droid, can pop open a map for you to use. And in the demo, they said they saw Saw Gerrera giving BD1 the map, which we obviously all saw yesterday. So it looks like you'll be able to obtain these maps and locations in a very realistic way, which is really cool, because it kind of explains how you're able to see a map in the first place and adds more, legitimacy to that map being there in the first place. I love the fact that, Saul gave the map over to Cal and said, hey, here's a map, use this to, you know, find out where you need to go. Now, let's talk about BD1 a little bit more. So, your buddy droid BD1 will provide you with healing canisters, you know, throughout the course of the game. And you'll have to find materials for BD1, which then can be used to make more healing canisters as you progress in the game. Or alternatively, you can wait until the next save point, which will refill your canisters for the next part of the journey. And from what I understand, you can actually backtrack, you know, from that save point or go forward, from what I understand, because enemies will actually respawn once you hit that save point. So that sounds really cool as well. Now I'm going to wrap it up by mentioning Cal's origin story. A lot of people are asking questions about Cal, who he is, and you know, Game Informer said that Respawn doesn't want to say much about Cal or his history, implying he could be someone significant. But unlike Rey's origin story in The Force Awakens, which created more questions than answers, Cal's origin is revealed as the game unfolds. So, it looks like we are going to find out about who Cal is and his origin story throughout the course of this game. So I can't wait to find out more about Cal, his origin story, who he is, and I have to ask you all, leave your predictions. Who do you think Cal is? How do you think he fits in the Star Wars universe? Let me know in the comments. But what we do know is that Cal can kick some serious butt with his lightsaber and force powers. I mean, look at him go here. He's taking down these stormtroopers. He's taking down the Purge Trooper, and he just looks awesome, and I cannot wait to play as Cal in Jedi Fallen Order. So, again, super excited over here at the Star Wars HQ, and the excitement level is growing more and more as we learn more about this game. But I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Hit that like button. Again, don't forget to subscribe for more news on Jedi Fallen Order, Battlefront 2, the movies, the TV series. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I will see you all next time. Have a good rest of your day, and may the Force be with you always.
Wow.